Well, welcome. Today I will be interviewing Polychrome regarding their new album this year, Equilibrium, the story of Usky. And I have Maxime um, and Simon with me. Maxime plays guitars and his lead vocals, and then Simon is the keyboardist. He also sings vocals. And you guys tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe you guys switch roles. Did I have it right? Who sings lead and who?
It depends of each song, but we sing together.
Okay.
Mm, Sometimes it's Maxim, sometimes it's me.
Well, all right. Thanks again for taking time out of your busy schedules to discuss your latest album, Equilibrium, the story of Usky. It's a fantastic album, and you guys, it's a concept album that tells the story of Usky's initiatory journey, a character in constant search of inner balance. And his childhood was marked by a loss of his brother, who he accidentally killed in order to protect him. His parents decided to hide the truth and conceal it from any form of existence. Um, so, go into tell me a little bit about how your band started, emerged, evolved, and then we'll talk about the album.
Okay. So we started to play music together since 10 years, and uh, Simon learned piano at the conservatory, and I studied the guitar at the conservatory. So we have a classical training, and then we started to compose together, and we have been a lot inspired by uh, all the iconics progressive rock band like Pink Floyd, Genesis, King Crimson, and we wanted to make our own music. Our own music, yes. Um, uh, yes, and I studied also jazz. I studied in American school, and I I uh, mm, and we started to play together, and we assemblé nos.
So you started about 10 years ago and
Yeah.
formed the band, and yeah, I do hear a lot of Pink Floyd in your music. Um, but what tell us about this concept of Usky, and where did that idea come from, and tell us how that develops throughout the album.
Mm. Uh, I think as a progressive rock fan, we wanted to do like Pink Floyd did with The Wall, or Genesis with The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, and uh, we wanted to tell a story to make the music, because I think it's a way to compose. Uh, when we have a story to tell, uh, you can uh, compose a music to deal with. So the story, I think we developed that step by step.
Yes.
We started with
the music,
and then
then we found some lyrics and yes, step by step we make a story, but the story wasn't here at the beginning.
Who is Usky? Who is it? Something that you encountered somewhere in your childhood or high school, or this sort of character that you developed?
I think this character is someone who yes, I think Usky is a bit like us, like he's someone who try to
find his place
on Earth, and become an adult with all the things he can encounter in his life. So I think his story can talks to everyone, because he's just a man who wanted to deal with his inner balance. So,
right, but do you think it's somebody that, based on somebody from your past, or just you kind of thought of it?
Not really.
We have a childhood very quiet and good, and it's
our childhood is not very dramatic, so to make the story interesting, we have to put some drama in the feelings of the character.
Okay. So, tell us a little bit about the story.
There is two parts on this album. First part is
action. Yes, like he grew up. When he's a teenager, he
try some drugs
and meet some people not very very interesting, and he tried to find a job, and then find love, and because of his past, then he will lost his balance, and he will
all right. Describe some of your, you mentioned Pink Floyd, you mentioned Genesis. Who are some of your other favorite bands?
The Beatles.
Yeah, that's true. I heard a lot of Beatles. Yeah.
We are a big fan of Beatles since we are very young.
Hmm.
Our father is a big fan, so we listen a lot of Beatles and King Crimson. Uh, it's on guitar riff. It's
Yeah.
a lot influenced by King Crimson.
And also there is there are two artists that we love, like Robert Wyatt and also XTC,
Oh, yeah.
which are um, two artists that are actually underrated because um, uh, everybody don't know their music, but for us it's very amazing.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And I think we are also inspired by classical music because we do that since we are very young, and the album can make thinking of Berlioz,
Yes.
Symphonie Fantastique, because it's like uh, a concept album, in
Yeah.
fact. And then we are very inspired by all minimalism music, like Steve Reich, and it's very important for us.
All right. Will you guys be touring the album? Are you on tour?
What?
Can you repeat, please?
Yes. Can you?
Yeah. Will you be doing some shows to support the new album?
Yes, actually, um, we done a couple of concerts in Paris, but not
Difficult to. It's difficult to find.
some places who defend the progressive rock.
Yes.
In France, it's not very developed, so it's quite difficult at the moment.
What about other countries, England or?
Yes, in a place.
We would like to
yes.
play our music in England or
Well,
even
hopefully over here. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I hope so, but actually it's not planified, but
Yeah.
I hope we
In the future.
can
What
do that.
about any shows or festivals? Will you be participating in any shows or festivals over the summer or fall? Like big festivals, concerts?
Um, for the moment, we don't have an invitation for festivals, but I think it takes time to our album can be listened, and maybe next year.
All right. On the album, what are two or three of your favorite songs that you guys like playing and singing?
In Equilibrium?
Yeah, for your album, the new album, what
Okay.
are some of your favorite songs?
Yes, yes. one of these favorite song of this album, maybe Ocean.
Yes, I think that is my favorite. Yeah,
Because it's
sounds very Genesis, early Genesis. Yeah.
yeah, yes, and there is very two parts on this song where ouais, two parts of this song.
I think this track is maybe the climax of the album because it makes the link of part one and part two, and
Oh,
the moment why the character is losing his balance. So it's very interesting, and in live, it's very nice to play it because it's the moment when we can just feel the music and improvise
improv,
Yeah,
yes.
improvisation. Yeah.
Improvisation. So and this track is long, so we have time to develop it, and it's very nice. And other song which
Now,
is in,
Unitsky or Usky Can Smile. That's a live performance, right? When did you do that, or where was that recorded live?
oh,
in fact it wasn't recorded in live.
Oh,
It was in studio, but
live in studio. Well, yeah.
yes,
yeah,
in our mind to deal with the story, we think that this song cannot be composed by us. We think because it's not really the style of our music, so we think it was interesting to tell that it is not us who is playing, but it is a local band in a pub, and I think it was important for the story.
Okay. Boundary Hill and Give Me a Veil sound a little bit like Genesis as well. Boundary Hill, like Trick of the Tail, or Wind and Wuthering, like they would fit real well there. And then Give Me a Veil, almost the beginning almost sounded like Watcher of the Skies, the beginning of that song. How much influence do you have from Genesis, and do you want to talk about either of those songs?
We are big fans of Genesis, but the first part of Genesis, I think when Steve Hackett leave Genesis, it's not already the same.
You're right. I agree with you.
The last album of Genesis is Wind and Wuthering, or The Trick of the Tail, and then it's another thing. So yes, it's a big reference for us because Trespass, Selling England by the Pound, The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, Trick of the Tail. All those albums are very important for us because we listen to that very with a ear very attentive,
carefully. Yeah.
And I think when we listen to us, we can listen to Genesis too.
Do you want to talk about those two songs, or Boundary Hill or Give Me a Veil?
Yes, Boundary Hill is, I think it's a very good song because the music really tell the story. It is two policemen who are calling each other, and there is this dialogue, and there is the feeling of
oh, very good.
Yes, there's a feeling of pursuit.
All right.
And I think the music is very the music follows the text. So and in 5 minutes there are a lot of ideas musically.
Yes, and I think that this song maybe a popular song, like a single or something like that, because she is very rhythmic and more contrast.
With raptures.
Okay. All right. One of the title track, Equilibrium, is an excellent closing track. You want to talk about that one a little bit, or?
Yes, I think the song Equilibrium is quite special because we recorded all the album in maybe 5 years because it was one weekend and another weekend and in several years, and it was in 2020 with the
COVID pandemic.
And we have already recorded all the songs, and we wanted to finish the album with the last song, and we wanted to make the title song. So introducing with just voices, a cappella. It's we have been inspired by the Beach Boys, like Brian Wilson Smile album, you know, and when we composed that, I was reading his autobiography, and I wanted to introduce the song like a huge huge cry with voices, and then the track is developed with all our mechanisms of composition. I think we can find all our way to compose in this song.
Are you working on the next album yet, or you probably have some tracks? Or go ahead.
Yes, we started to find new ideas. Actually, this this last month, we have been
rehearsals, or have you been recording the new album yet, or?
Not yet.
Not yet. But it's
It's in progress because Simon and I we have ideas, but now we don't have
don't have any concept or just we just have some ideas, and I have some songs, and Max too, and then we work together, and we join our idea, and to make different songs.
But I think we have the beginning of the album.
Yes.
Okay, good.
It's just the beginning, but yes, actually we founded new new sonorities, new music, and I hope it will be good, cool.
Do you know when you might release it? A year or two from now, or
Can you repeat, please?
when would you release it? 2 years, or?
Oh, that's a good question, but I think we can answer now. But I think this year will be
Working on the new album?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Because we need to do something else, because Equilibrium took us a lot of time, and now we want to go forward.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about that I haven't covered?
I think it's fine.
Yes, it's fine. On pourrait dire qu'on va continuer à jouer avec Equilibrium pour le...
Yes. I think the goal actually is to play Equilibrium live, to make people discover our music, and the goal is to find more and more followers, because we play music to be listened. So it's our goal now.
All right. Well, hey, thank you both really for coming out and taking the time to talk about the album. Please, if you haven't heard this, listen to this album. It's fantastic. They really put a lot of effort into it, 5 years, and it really has a lot of the best of the past, plus their own, new influence and ideas and inspiration. Great album. Please check it out. But thank you, thank you both for coming today, Maxine and Simon. Appreciate you taking the time out to do this. And stay with me. I'm going to turn off the recording. But thank you. Thank you very much. Did you want to say anything else, or?
We can say that Equilibrium is now available on CD version on our Bandcamp, so you can listen to it and order the CD on Bandcamp, and also listen on all the
platform, Spotify,
social media.
Yes.
Yep. All right, I'm going to turn this off, and thank you again. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.